Undercover operations play a crucial role in law enforcement today. More specifically, undercover drug trafficking operations. All different federal and state agencies use undercover agents, and that allows the agents to witness crimes or even infiltrate the operation entirely. The DEA, or the Drug Enforcement Agency, is one of the main organizations that handle the undercover operations for drug trafficking. The agents work here in the States and also overseas in foreign countries to bring down some of the most dangerous drug cartels and gangs in the world. The DEA has an intelligence department that allows them to have the most up-to-date information and knowledge on the current drug operations and illicit drugs that are currently circulating the market. The DEA can utilize this information and send their agents to go undercover and be embedded in the heart of the drug trafficking operation, which allows the agents to witness the crimes happening in real time and relay this information back to his or her superiors. In turn, a warrant is typically given to have the criminals arrested. Frequently, the DEA agents will also be arrested to protect their identity. Some agents will remain undercover for a longer period of time inside the cartel or the gang to take down the upper drug traffickers and not just the bottom runners. The DEA also can work directly with local law enforcement agencies when needed. Both agencies can combine expertise, resources, and hire authorities if needed. Local law enforcement agencies play an important role in protecting their neighborhoods from violence and crime that stems directly from the drug trafficking in the neighborhood. In my opinion, the local law enforcement has more opportunities to clean up the neighborhoods that are suffering from the violence and drug problems because they know the area, they know the people, and they know the crimes that are already being committed in that area. The local law enforcement has undercover agents that run special operations to dismantle the cartel and the gangs. Some of the most used operations are the reverse sting, the controlled buy, the buy bust, and the buy walk. The reverse sting is pretty simple. The undercover agent is acting as a drug dealer and sells a controlled substance to a buyer. Once the sale is complete, the agent is able to arrest the buyer. The controlled buy is similar, but in reverse. The undercover agent is buying the controlled substance or illicit drug, while other agents are doing surveillance nearby. Once the sale is complete, and they will have enough evidence to issue a warrant within 10 days for the seller to be arrested, and typically the buyer and the seller will be arrested again to protect the agent's identity. Another undercover operation is the buy bust, which is like the reverse sting. But the difference is the cover or surveillance team will immediately make the arrest after the sale has been finished. The buy walk is essentially the same as a controlled buy. The undercover agent will buy drugs from the seller, but doesn't make an immediate arrest after the sale. While all operations seem simple as plug and play, there are some times where it goes south. Local law enforcement must follow the same laws as civilians because if they don't, charges against the criminal could be dropped. Entrapment is something that undercover police agents should be cautious about when they work undercover. If it looks or sounds like the crime was the police's idea and not the defendant's, the whole case could be dismissed. The prosecutor must be able to prove that the crime was solely the defendant's idea and was not coerced into committing the crime by law enforcement. Locally in Orlando, we have the DEA Heroin Task Force, which coordinates with local police departments frequently. Back in 2013, the task force worked with 4 local police and sheriff departments for 8 months to take down an illicit drug operation that was in Lake Downey Mobile Park. In Seminole County, we have the CCIB, the City County Investigative Bureau, which is comprised of 3 separate task forces. The Seminole County has a unit that handles complaints about drugs and vice-related activities that are received from civilians all over the county. The Drug Enforcement Unit spends most of their days working through these complaints to try to avoid any of the citizens in the county or county surrounding, being put in any immediate danger. The unit also spends time working on long-term investigations that were handed down to them by other agents or other agencies. The Drug Interdiction Unit works with the surrounding counties to track down the drug runners and lead drug traffickers that are using public transportation to transport and sell illicit drugs. The DEA and the state law enforcement have worked together on several cases over the last 30 to 50 years. And while they're making active progress year by year on new active, synthetic, and illicit drugs coming into America and the cities throughout America, more are always popping back up in different cities across America. Active operations may be in progress in several different cities at one time, working towards the same cartel or gang, which is why it's so important for the DEA and the local law enforcement to work fluently together. While the DEA is the main organization to take down drug cartels and gangs, through undercover operations, some of the arrests, seizure of assets, and takedowns of major cartels has only been possible because of the support of local law enforcement.